Hi, my lovely Virgos. Welcome to your reading. This reading is timeless, so it will serve you at any point in time that it finds you or you find it. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising sign. And let's get into it. What messages want to come through for my lovely, lovely Virgos? Oh, two cards came out. All right, Virgos, I'm feeling a little bit of stress, some tension. Feel like you are really trying to concentrate on something, or you're really thinking very, very hard about something. Something emotional recently happened to you. For some of you, it might be shocking. And you've got a lot to think about. At the end of the day, the decision can only come from you on what you want to do, how you want to proceed. Know that you are in charge. Even if what recently maybe occurred made you feel like you weren't in charge. You get to define things. You get to create your own story. What story will you create? When you look back and you tell people about an event that happened and what you did with it, how you got from there to where you are now, what do you want that story to be, and where do you want to be as you're telling that story? What do you want to tell people you did in that moment? Were you the hero of your story? The victim of your story? Were you active in your story? Or were you passive in your story? There's a lot to think about. Don't give yourself a headache. That might be easier said than done. Oh, that's good. Let's see what it means. Virgo, you've got this. You're incredibly strong. You're incredibly smart. Sometimes you can get swayed emotionally because you have a really big heart and you really care. But you're really smart, and if you give yourself some time and space, you'll know exactly what you want and what you want to do. And when you figure out what that is, do not be apologetic in it. Virgo. I feel like we always have some chats. I haven't done these readings in a long time, but the moment I said Virgo, I remembered how our chats used to go. Okay, Virgo, you have this tendency that when you know what you should do, you do not always do it because you think about how it's going to impact other people and is it going to hurt their feelings? And maybe I should just stay here suffering for them so that I don't have to make it so that they suffer. And Virgo, where has that gotten you? Honestly, you guys are very successful, so you've done just fine. But where has it gotten you emotionally? Where has it gotten you in terms of your sense of self-worth, your self-esteem, your confidence? Is your confidence something that's really real and grounded and lasting? Or is it something that's fleeting depending on how things are going for you in other areas of your life? If it's the second one, then it's because you have been betraying yourself. That word does feel a little strong, so you have been putting in the work. You've not been betraying yourself. You've been doing your best, and that is good. These are not things that we can solve overnight when it comes to being able to set our boundaries and make difficult decisions, but difficult decisions are life. Difficult conversations are an important part of life. I believe Tim Ferriss is the one that says that your success is correlated to the number of difficult conversations you're willing to have. Absolutely, that is true. And you're a very good communicator. But you do have fear whenever you're communicating truth because you care so much about other people. But once you decide what you need to do, you got to go out and do it and see what happens. Just try it. Just try it. You may get surprised. Someone may show vulnerability that you didn't expect. All right, let's look at the cards. Virgo, Eight of Swords, you do get in your own way. Don't we all, though? You do have to cut out, with the Devil, you do have to cut out this tendency to put yourself last. I think you should ask yourself why you think that you deserve to be last. Where does that come from? Because once you find out where it comes from, you can let it go. Yeah, there was an emotional situation that left you feeling a bit iced out, confused. You've been talking to your guides, trying to sort things out, trying to do the right thing. Sometimes the right thing is the best thing for you. You may wonder if you deserved what happened to you. It may have really crushed your heart. You may have really felt like you put your all in something and then it was taken away or taken for granted. And you wonder why. Was I not enough? Was what I did not enough? Am I always going to be alone? But Virgo, you're ruled by Mercury. You're an incredible manifester. The question is, are you actually using your power? You may think, well, I do manifestation work, or I work with my guides, or whatever your process is. And yeah, sure. But you can't really manifest if you're not actually asking for what you want. See, I think not only do you not always go after what you want in real life, this doesn't have to be in every area, right? Like you might go after what you want in career, but not love, or you might do it in love, but not career. So it's not an across the board characteristic, but in some area or areas of your life, you don't really go after what you want. You go after it when it's easy, but the moment that it gets hard, you start factoring in what other people think and how they would feel. And that's when you get bogged down and slow down, and then you don't really know what you want anymore. And you think you want what other people want, but it's not really what you want. You've lost sense of yourself because you're too focused on everybody around you. So then when you're trying to manifest, you're not even asking the right questions because you're not even focused on the right things. And you're not even manifesting for what you really want. You're manifesting for what you want in the context of what other people want for you or from you. So you're using your manifestation power, but you're kind of going against yourself. And so then it's really hard for the universe to materialize things because it's like, okay, you're asking for this thing, so here you go. But also it completely goes against what your soul and deeper self want. So maybe not, here you go. And so you get mixed results. And all of that is fine, right? Because we all have to go through a journey to understand, and we have to make quote unquote mistakes to know how we don't want to do things anymore. So all of that is totally fine and everybody does it, but Virgo. Now is the time, because there's a lot that you can gain. There's a lot that you can get. There's a lot that wants to materialize for you. So much. Not just material, not just money, not, just because it's pentacles doesn't mean that it's just that. There is so much in every area. Money, love, spiritual growth, all three. Your guides want to share so much with you, but they can't because you filter your conversations based off of what other people want. So you limit what they can share with you because you're either asking the wrong questions, so they can only answer based off of what you're asking because that's the filter in which you're funneling their information through. Or your energy is just focused in a completely different direction, that they have to like give you little breadcrumbs to bring you back so you can have the conversations that you need to have. So Virgos, there is a lot of joy and happiness that is ready to come your way. There is a river and there are logs in front of it. And those logs are created by you. And those logs are you focusing on what other people want over yourself and what you want, and complicating very simple decisions because you're factoring in all these other opinions that are not serving you or are not valid. So cut all of that out. Tune into yourself, get clear, tune into yourself, and see, what do I want? How am I going to write my story? When I look back a year, 5 years from now, and I'm telling somebody about my story, what do I want to be able to tell them? If I have to tell them about a situation, what do I want to be able to tell them on how I handled it? If I'm going to tell people what made me successful 5 years from now, what would be the things that I would need to tell, that I would tell those people? Okay, Virgo. We'll leave it here. Thank you so much. I hope that this served you. And I will catch you in the next video.